Let's have a look at the business news then on the programme. It's pretty positive, in fact, on the close on Wall Street. That is, investors have got back in the saddle, if you like, after last week's global rout. Sentiment also buoyed by US stimulus hopes. We'll have more on that in just a second. But you see there rises across the board, almost or just over, in fact, 2.5% there on the Nasdaq. Asian stock markets, they've also been extending gains on hopes of a global economic recovery. You can see big rises there as well. Biggest one on the Hang Seng in Hong Kong. Well, the US President Joe Biden has told Republican senators during a 2-hour meeting that he's unwilling to settle on an insufficient coronavirus aid package. That after the Republican moderates, led by Susan Collins of Maine, pitched a slimmed-down $618 million plan, but that's a fraction of the $1.9 trillion plan that Biden is seeking. No compromise reached then, despite the president vowing to seek consensus on a bipartisan deal. The Biden administration has announced over $230 million in funding to speed up the production of an at-home COVID test kit. The Australia-based company Ellume has developed a kit similar to the now ubiquitous nose swab that can be performed at home. A top Biden advisor said the ability to test, trace and treat is a, quote, linchpin of the new national strategy to control the spread of the virus.
These are over-the-counter, self-performed test kits that can detect COVID with roughly 95% accuracy within 15 minutes. Thanks to this contract, they'll be able to scale their production to manufacture more than 19 million test kits per month by the end of this year.
Now, of course, COVID-19 has really upended the way people work. Working remotely has been normalised, but it does pose some challenges for some professions. So some businesses here in France are offering, well, a halfway house, if you like, flexible office rentals and co-working spaces. Ellen Gainsford explains.
Working from home can have its limitations, like a lack of space to welcome clients and little social interaction. Businesses in France are responding to these needs. Before the pandemic, Geoffrey Ichbier looked after holiday rentals. But faced with a fall in demand, he's converted the bedrooms to offices.
Beaucoup moins de touristes, moins de voyageurs professionnels. Et on s'est dit, pourquoi pas proposer à des gens qui sont en télétravail, c'est le logement saisonnier.
This entrepreneur uses an office to meet clients and offer training.
À mon domicile, c'est pas possible. Mon mari travaille également à mon domicile. Il a des réunions toute la journée et donc je ne peux pas offrir à mes clients un espace de calme.
The room costs €160 a day, but she thinks it's worth it.
C'est vrai que c'est un investissement. Ceci dit, je décide le jour pendant lesquels je prends l'appartement, les jours pendant lesquels je ne le prends pas.
This company has also adapted its business model since the COVID crisis. While it used to offer meeting rooms, now it's switched to a co-working space.
En français, on parle d'espace partagé, mais ce n'est pas juste une question de s'opposer, d'avoir un espace, c'est vraiment du coworking. Donc il y a un échange de pratiques, il y a des échanges humains aussi avec les personnes qui sont présentes, et je pense que c'est un enrichissement.
It costs €18 a day to use the office, a fee that's paid for her by the job centre in a pilot scheme that promotes co-working. It's a change to office culture that could be here to stay long after the pandemic.